This project aims to explore the threats to the northern quoll's population, specifically the impact of the cane toad, tourism, burn-offs and flooding on the northern quoll's population in the Kakadu National Park in the Northern Territory of Australia. The northern quoll is a native carnivorous marsupial found in northern Australia that is facing regional extinction in the Kimberleys and the Northern Territory. The decline of the northern quoll became a point of interest around 1980 as local rangers noticed that the number of sightings had drastically decreased. The cane toad was introduced in 1935 to target the native cane beetles in Queensland. 101 toads were brought over from Hawaii, and within 3 months this number increased to nearly 60,000 toads. Since their introduction, they have travelled across the north of Australia and are now being found in the Kimberleys. The cane toad has a poison that Australia's native creatures are not used to. Therefore, when these native animals attempt to attack the cane toad, they die. Kakadu National Park is found in the Northern Territory of Australia. It is an hour and a half's drive southeast from Darwin. There were 3 key findings of this research project. The first is that the cane toad invasion caused a sudden and dramatic crash in the northern quoll's population. The second is that conditioned taste aversion has been used to create northern quolls who are toad smart. The northern quolls have been conditioned to associate toads with feeling queasy and no longer try to eat them. The third key finding is that human intervention causes a threat at the same level as cane toads. Poorly managed burn-offs result in less ground cover for the northern quolls, and this, combined with the effects of flooding that occurs from November through to April, means there is a severely reduced amount of ground cover for the northern quoll to use as protection from larger predators. Due to this flooding, some areas of the park are closed for visitors through the wet seasons, which results in a reduce of human waste, such as dropped food, roadkill, and other anthropogenic resources. This means that predators such as dingoes have less food sources and are increasingly preying on quolls during this season. The continuous decline in the northern quoll's population is something to be concerned about because the northern quoll is already regionally extinct in many of the areas of northern Australia that they used to occupy, and their population is still reducing. Australia has already had 30 mammals become extinct since European settlement, and Australia accounts for 1 out of every 3 mammal extinctions that have occurred in the last 400 years. Soon, the northern quoll will just be another one of these statistics. The main conclusion drawn from this study is that the cane toads are not the primary threat to the northern quoll's population. There are 3 levels of change that can be made. Firstly, researchers should continue conditioned taste aversion with northern quolls and possibly other native animals who live amongst cane toads. This will help maintain their populations. Secondly, Kakadu National Park management must conduct burn-offs with more consideration so that they do not damage the habitats of the animals that live there. They should also restrict the amount of leftover human waste from tourists, such as discarding the roadkill carcasses and burning any rubbish left behind by tourists, so that dingoes and other large predators have a steadier and more reliable food source. Finally, on a more local level, you can help encourage the growth of native animals by taking care when exploring national parks that you do not disturb any animals. You can take your rubbish with you and not leave any behind. And also, organise a cleanup day with a group and go to your local national park and pick up rubbish. Thank you for listening.